Hello, my name is Grian, and today I'm going to be doing something a little out of my comfort zone, but I'm going to try nonetheless. Today I'm going to be showing you how to make a hidden base. Now, this isn't intended for a faction server in particular, but if you just want to hide a backup base, this is the theory behind it. It is a base underneath lava to protect it from X-rayers, but also obsidian to stop people bashing their way in, but protected and compact enough to keep all your stuff in. Should you die, you'd be able to come back here, restock, and exit through the Nether without ever having to lead anyone to your base. So you got your bed, your furnace, your enchanting equipment, anvil, chests, absolutely everything in this small space. Now, it definitely could be more compact, but you don't want it to be uncomfortable. So this is the theory behind it, and I'm going to show you how to do it. Now, obviously, it could be vastly improved, but this is the theory nonetheless if you wanted to do it on a normal server. So without the lava, it looks a little something like this. Now, the more natural the lava looks, the better your house is going to be, without the decorative lava pool, but you might want to find something a little more natural just to build underneath. It will take a long time to clear out and set up. Without the roof, you can see how compact it is with a lot of storage and with all the enchanting stuff you're ever going to need. So let's actually build it. It's very simple, and most of you will know how to just build something like this without even needing me to show you. So this is the area we need. This here is where the portal is going to be. This is the only bit that juts out. Then you need to go ahead and just raise the walls made of obsidian. Acquiring this much obsidian is obviously not easy. You can use the trick where you place water, then lava, then water, then lava. That's probably a lot easier, but either way, it's very, very time consuming. If you're not worried about making it obsidian, it is just an extra precaution or a deterrent. If you want to make it out of wood or something else, something preferably fireproof though, because there will be lava on top, then go right ahead. The idea is not to protect it as such, but to hide it away from people and to deter anyone that goes near it by accident. So next you need to go ahead and place all of your bookshelves in a nice half square around your enchanting table to try and get the best efficiency out of it. Once you've done that, we can then start placing everything else, including the bed itself. Now, it doesn't actually matter that we're going to place furnaces on the top, because when we sleep in it, it won't actually make that much difference, as you will see later. So if you want to add a roof at this point, you can, but you probably want to finish all the insides and then enclose yourself in afterwards and then hide the base before exiting through the Nether. So the roof is probably the last thing you want to do. So then you go ahead and add all the chests. Now you use a mixture of normal chests and trap chests to make sure that they use up the most space possible. You can then go on to add chests on top of your bookshelves and a bunch of other locations as well. Now, it is completely up to you how you decorate this with your chests or furnaces or how much of each you want. It's entirely up to you. Realistically, it's going to be your hoarding location, so it doesn't need to look good, but having a good amount of chest space for when you die, you can restock and leave via the Nether. So it is entirely up to you how much space you need. If you're only keeping valuables here, you may even want to just have an armor stand and a couple of chests full of your diamonds and emeralds and all that kind of junk. But realistically, it doesn't need to be over the top. It's meant to be your safe zone, hidden away from anyone that wants to steal your stuff. So once you've finished your room, you light up the Nether portal as your exit point. You then need to finish covering up the obsidian cage, but probably make sure that you have an access portal while you're still disguising your secret base. So once you've done that, you usually, in a naturally generated world, want to use a natural pool of lava to hide your obsidian under, making sure that it's large enough to do so. Obviously, if you're making it handmade, you do what I was doing, and just adding layers and layers of stone in order to simulate the pool of lava. But again, naturally, you would find one that was big enough and hide it underneath, because X-rayers in general have lava shown in their X-ray so that they don't accidentally dig into them when mining for diamonds, which is why it's essential to make it look as natural as possible. If you cover the entire thing in lava like this with it pouring over, it might look a little bit suspicious and they might go and check it out. But if the lava pool is big enough and the obsidian is inside, they won't even know it's there. And that's how this entire operation works. You know exactly where it is, and if you die, you respawn there where you hoarded all of that loot, and you can restock and exit through the nether. Just to demonstrate, I did sleep in the bed and it pushed me out, which is completely normal. I then kill myself and respawn and end up exactly where we were in the room. Everyone knows how a bed works. So let's pretend I was out in the world and I died. I'm now back in my safe space and I can restock on all of my stuff and enchant and whatever else, although I won't have any levels. I didn't actually think that one through. Anyway, we'll go through the nether and we end up here where we need to cover our tracks by removing any evidence of our being here. So of course, make sure you have the correct tools when you go through, and we cover any traces of us being here, and we continue to go on through the nether. Now, everyone knows how the nether works. I don't really need to explain this concept any more than I already have, but I'm going to show you anyway for the purposes of this video. Let's go and make another nether portal to make our way back to the normal world, or whatever you want to call it, the original world. I don't really know. What is the world called in Minecraft? Anyway, we're going back to the normal place. So you just make another nether portal, hop right on through, and then, of course, you end up millions of miles away from wherever the heck you are. And I'm in my creative world, and I don't know where I am. I mean, you just destroy the nether portal again, so again, no one can follow you back to your base. It's hidden from the hackers and all the nasty people. What is that? Why is there random sponge in my world? Never mind. Anyway, let's head back to the base. We respawn again if we get killed or die, and we're back here, and we can restock with all of our stuff. Of course, if you need to ultimately restock with all your hoarding stuff, you're gonna have to make sure that you go back to that specific spot, but it is hidden from all of the hackers and strip miners and stuff because they will avoid the lava. Anyway, I know there's probably better designs, more compact ones, better ones. This video is intended for anyone that doesn't know that. So, thank you very much for watching, everyone. Goodbye!